Hey everyone, how's it going? Geek here, and today we have yet another Flash fan game update. This is a pretty exciting one because we'll be talking about the new game mode, fixing Savitar's character size, which many people were quick to say wasn't big enough, new updates to the heads-up display, and the new addition to the character roster. We'll also be covering more of your frequently asked questions that I see pop up a lot in Discord, as well as covering the concerns that some people still have on the potential for the good old cease and desist Warner Brothers could hit us with, so let's get into it right now. Starting off, I wanted to address something that I had seen people mention in both Discord and the YouTube comments section. While talk of customizable characters has thankfully died down a bit since addressing it last week, a new topic has popped up occasionally in the discussion of Easter eggs and secret characters. I've said it before, but the character roster is still being worked on. At this point, I have maybe 10 or so characters already planned and guaranteed to appear, with a potential 20 or so slots open to fill. We're going Super Smash Bros. Roster size with this. Now, that's not to say these characters will all be playable in the story of the game. I've seen comments worried that the main story will be overcrowded, but instead will be featured in other game modes or in free roam. The only concern regarding that many characters is the need for voice actors, though I'm sure we can find plenty with such a dedicated community like you guys. As for hidden characters, Easter eggs are planned and will be hidden throughout the game world with varying levels of difficulty to find. Some may be hidden in hard to reach areas, others may be simply walking around in the city, so keep your eyes open. Another major concern people seem to have is the need for a minimum requirements list. While we aren't far enough along in development for me to have that information yet, I can say for sure that you won't need a beast of a gaming rig like mine to play this. The game runs, as of now, with little memory draw and only a slight hit to the CPU and graphics card. I have no doubt in my mind that the game could run efficiently on a laptop or a lower end PC, especially if you turn the graphics settings of the game down real low. Now, let's talk about the big WB. I've gotten a lot of messages from people asking, or demanding in some cases, that I change the names, assets, game modes, or whatever so that Warner Brothers won't get mad and hit me with a cease and desist. Guys, I appreciate the concern, but let's be reasonable. Warner Brothers doesn't give two shits what I'm doing or about my fan game. They're not going to hit me with a cease and desist because this game isn't even on their radar, and if it was, they still wouldn't care. Most companies typically take a neutral approach with fan communities like this. Yes, they could hit me with a cease and desist right across my face, but they most likely won't. Companies like Warner Brothers rely on fan communities like us to grow in popularity for their characters. They won't go around shutting down happy creative fans just because they could. So unless we give them a reason, like negatively portraying the character or talking shit about their business, they're likely just going to leave us alone. Okay, so with all that out of the way, what has Gamer been working on? Well, the first big thing was teased on my brother's Twitter, and that's racing mode. So when you click on racing mode, it takes you to a basic character select screen. I mean really basic. Right now you can only play as the Flash, but that will change moving forward. Then you pick the opponent, which is an option between Savitar, Reverse Flash, and Black Flash. When you click start, you're taken to the city map, which now has huge rings set up for you to run through. Run from ring to ring until you reach the goal. The game mode will grow over time with a progress bar for the race and icons to your heads-up display to guide you to each ring, as well as other racing maps. Also, the enemy AI will eventually run the course with you and potentially hit you to slow you down, so it's going to be super fun. Just wait for local multiplayer so you can race your friends too. Now, let's talk about characters. As you can see, we fixed Savitar's size. The man is now a behemoth. He's taller, wider, and just overall huge. So hopefully people like him a lot more now. Aside from him though, we now have Godspeed. I love Godspeed. He's one of my top 5 DC characters, so adding him to the game was a must for me. Huge shout out to Discord community member Brystein, apologies if I mispronounced it, for giving us the Godspeed model to use. While this skin won't be the default for Godspeed, it will be used as an alternate skin given its stronger resemblance to the comic version in proportions and detailing than the CW version. Thanks again for the model, man, it looks awesome. Also, Godspeed has a special ability too. He fractures himself to create a clone who then helps punch a target in the face. Then he reabsorbs the clone just like in the show. It's a fun reference to his clone ability, and I hope you guys like it as much as I do. Last thing to mention today, the minimap. I finally added one. It needs adjusting, but it's working nicely. Your character is represented as a big cartoon flash head on the map, but each character will have their own unique icon as development progresses forward. There will also be waypoints added and additional icons for navigation. Okay, that's all I have for this week. Not the biggest update, but still a lot of good stuff. My brother's apparently almost done with the story, so I'll be working to implement that soon enough. Also, Codemations is, I believe, wrapping up on the city, so we'll be getting that soon too. Big changes are coming just right around the corner. I hope you guys are excited because I know I am. If you haven't, consider joining the Patreon and subscribe to the channel. Also be sure to leave a like and a comment, and I'll do my best to respond when I can. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.